You don't relate to your zodiac sign because zodiac signs aren't necessarily classified as real astrology. Astrology charts are real astrology. And the crazy thing is, it's way more common than we think. There are celebrity astrologers, political astrologers, medical astrologers. The identity of an Aquarius is, I know, mind-blowing, right? That's why when people first see me, I may appear like sweet and innocent until you start to talk to me and you know that it just helps you get through life because you're able to understand the reason why things happen in life. And it's not always because of, oh, woe is me. Things that happen to you in life connect you to other things that's going to happen or your bigger purpose and just things that we don't understand. Anytime there's like something major or something crazy going on in my life, happy moments, sad moments, frustrating moments, I'm always looking at the astrology, and the astrology is always right. Astrology tells you about everything that you can imagine in your life, what your career will look like, what qualities and what characteristics your partner will have, so much. It's so crazy. Real astrology, if you have the patience to learn, will literally blow your mind and change your life. How is this not like blowing up popular? Hi, welcome to the Girl of Your Dreams podcast, where I take you along the journey of me becoming the girl of my dreams so I can help you become the girl of your dreams, or boy. The girl of your dreams is just a sexier way of saying living intentionally, which means taking little steps every day that will help you achieve your goals, achieve your dream life, and overall just become the best version of yourself. Okay, so today, I'm so excited about today's topic. We're going to be finally diving into the two things that I love and I believe in the most, that has helped me understand myself more, that has changed my life, and I haven't even dove into it as much as I wanted to. I've been studying these two things, but I haven't yet to actually apply it at full force. I've been doing it, here and there, but I've just been in the process over the past year and a half of just learning about these two things, and I'm so excited to take you guys along the journey of actually going full force and applying it to my life and showing you guys how I do it and everything like that. And I'm talking about spirituality and astrology. So I'm going to be talking to you guys today and in the next episode about how to become the girl of your dreams using spirituality and astrology. This is going to be the base, the heart and soul of my podcast from here on out. I will be talking about a bunch of things, but this is going to be like the core to this journey. I realized that in the beginning of this podcast, I kind of tried to generalize it. I said, I'm going to be using spirituality or spiritual practices and astrology in some of my videos. I don't know. I felt like I wasn't really like being open about how like this, if I were to say what stands myself out from other podcasts, it's because I'm going to be incorporating these two things, which really quick, let me talk about. So I have been seeing, for whatever reason, I guess when you like think about like when you want to do something, for whatever reason, like you just start seeing it more. And I realized that, and also I like to research my stuff before I like talk about it. And I felt like I researched the term the girl of your dreams. I researched it a little bit and I saw like I didn't see much about it, but now I'm starting to see so much about it and I'm just like freaking out. The Aquarius in me that wants to be different, and I thought that I was onto something because I was like, oh my gosh, like I literally just thought of this in my head. And I was like, oh, what if instead of, the term the girl of your dreams is like a very like, ooh, like, a lot of people like look at that as like the it girl or whatever. And I was like, what if, you change it and be like, instead of you trying to be like the girl of your dreams is like a celebrity or a it girl or somebody else, you reverse it and you try to become that for yourself. Like when you envision the girl of your dreams, that's like your higher, the best version of yourself. So when I thought about that, I was like, oh, that's perfect. Like that's such a good concept. And then, it's like a play on words and all that stuff like that. And then I started seeing it in a lot of places, and I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I guess it's not as common. I mean, this is not as like uncommon as I thought it was. Like, I'm not the only one that thought about that, pretty much, which is okay. This is a world full of a lot of people, so obviously there's gonna be great minds think alike. So, so great minds think alike. So all those people that thought about that, no, but yeah. So I was like, I really, really wanted to show how that looked through spirituality and astrology, because I believe in those things so much, and I feel like it's not talked, those two things are not as talked about, I mean, together, in my opinion, and actually shown. So I am going to really hone in from now on those two things, because I think that's what's going to stand me out from the crowd, and niche me down to really showing how I'm applying spirituality, or my spiritual journey, and my spiritual practices, and my healing with astrology, and real astrology, which we're going to talk about, my astrology chart, astrology transits, how astrology can help you learn about yourself and also help you kind of predict certain events in your life. It's crazy, okay? So we're going to get into that right now. So I just kind of wanted to say that. So if I'm like heavy on the astrology and spirituality, it's because like I want that to be the core, because I don't want to just come on here and be like, say the same thing that somebody else said in their video. And also I haven't watched anybody else's video about becoming the girl of your dreams, but I'm sure the concept is similar. So I just want to really focus on that, because I felt that in my heart at first, but then I was like, well, what if people don't believe in astrology or spirituality? And it's just like, that's my problem. I'm always trying to make it open for everyone when I need to really niche down so I can connect with those who get it and who need it. And yeah, so let's go. All right, so, I'm also supposed to be doing my hair. So whenever I do this podcast, I'm going to be doing my hair, doing a cute look. Today is going to be kind of a simple look. I am going to be doing something with braids again. I know, but it's like the first thing that popped into my mind. Also, I just washed my hair. Today was my wash day, and I put leave-in conditioner on it. That's why it probably looks more moisturized. In the last video, I washed my hair too, but my hair was like not as moisturized looking at first in the beginning because I didn't have any product on it. Oh my gosh, what am I doing here? I'm just gonna keep it like that. Okay, so as usual, I'm gonna be reading my outline. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I always write out kind of like a script or outline, and I find that it's better for me to compartmentalize and to organize my thoughts. We're going to start off with astrology, because I was supposed to be talking about astrology in the last episode and I didn't get to it. Then I'm going to give you guys an update on how my routine has been working out for me. I have some things to say about that. Okay, we're going to update you on where I am on my journey of breaking old habits and getting on a new routine and everything like that, what I talked about in the last episode. Then we're going to do something that I'm going to start incorporating in my videos called collective energy prediction, where I'm going to kind of predict what is the current energy that you guys may be feeling today. Then I'm going to do the message of the day, where I, pull an oracle card for today. And then we're going to do the comment of the day, where I shout out a comment that one of you beautiful people commented. And then we're going to end off with a question of the day or homework, because sometimes I'm going to start doing that. Okay, so anyways, this is a long intro, sorry. Moving on, astrology. Let's get into it. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, most people know astrology to be one thing, your zodiac sign or your astrology sign, which pretty much means if you were born on a certain day, that means you are a certain sign. So if I were to research my birthday, which is January 24th, it would tell me that I am an Aquarius. Then I would go look up the meaning or the characteristics of an Aquarius, and I would find some things that I relate to and other things that would make me say, oh, that's not me at all. In some cases, someone will look up their zodiac sign and not relate to most things or even anything at all. So then that will lead one to believe or think that astrology is a bunch of BS and it's not true at all, or say, I don't believe in astrology, you believe in that stuff. Or the last scenario is someone will read about their zodiac or astrology sign and say, man, this is so general. This could be applied to anyone. So I come to tell all the zodiac sign skeptics out there, you may be onto something. You're actually right. Zodiac signs aren't necessarily real, but astrology charts are. You don't relate to your zodiac sign because zodiac signs aren't necessarily classified as real astrology. Astrology charts are real astrology. Let me explain. Unlike zodiac signs that are only based on what day you were born, astrology charts are based on not only what day you were born, but your time of birth and where you were birthed. So pretty much your city, state, and country. So where you were born. Astrology charts aren't general. They are specific to you, so much so that you must have your exact time of birth, which you can find on your birth chart. Your birth certificate, to have the most accurate birth chart for you, or for it to be the most accurate. I have loved astrology since I was a kid. I would read multiple articles about what it meant to be an Aquarius and even look at my daily Aquarius horoscope, which, knowing what I know now, is why sometimes what you read may not always be accurate or don't relate to you. Last year, I stumbled upon a YouTube video by someone that I never knew existed, a real life astrologer. Someone called a real astrologer. That was my first time ever knowing that there was such a thing as an astrologer. The dictionary definition of an astrologer is a person who uses astrology to tell others about their character or to predict their future. I never knew such people existed, and the crazy thing is, it's way more common than we think. There's a lot of professional and celebrity astrologers who work behind the scenes to help celebrities and important people, business people, and even the movie and music industry. There are celebrity astrologers, political astrologers, health or medical astrologers, and all real professional astrologers use birth charts. They only go off of your birth chart because that is real astrology. And real astrology, if you have the patience to learn, will literally blow your mind and change your life. So the astrologer's YouTube channel I stumbled across is called Soul Navigations. She's an amazing lady. Her name is Meredith, and I have to give her credit because she was the first person that I found that taught me so much. So she is like a person I would recommend, but there's so many other people that I'll probably have a video on that, and like I'll go through and show you guys who I reference and what has helped me the most on my journey. But Soul Navigations was the first person that really taught me that there's way more to astrology than just your zodiac sign or your astrology sign. And I love the way she described birth charts, saying that they're the map to your soul's purpose. And it's indeed the truth. So as I said in the first episode, you're gonna need to throw away, never look at it again, your prior beliefs or anything you've ever learned or heard about astrology and spirituality, especially if you didn't know anything about these things to start with and you heard a lot of he say, she say, or people who talk bad about it or blah blah blah, or people who don't believe in it, because that's what I'm here for. Now, if you already know about real astrology and spirituality and already have been using both on your journey, then this is not new information to you, and you know exactly what I mean about it being life-changing. I always think about it like this, and I literally look at astrology as like having a cheat code to life. It's so crazy. It always amazes me how little people, like how it's not like the most popular thing in the world, because it just helps you get through life, because you're able to understand the reason why things happen in life. And it's not always because of, oh, woe is me. It's just me, that the things that happen to you in life connect you to other things that's going to happen, or your bigger purpose, and just things that we don't understand. You know when you have moments in life where you're like, dang, like, why did this happen to me? Why me? And you feel alone. Then you have the astrology to look at, and you see like, oh, it's literally telling you in this moment you may have so and so, you may be experiencing certain things, or certain things may happen, and this is why, and blah 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 blah. And then you're like, oh, obviously you may not make the situation, especially depending on how sad it is, very like easier, but at least you'll be able to understand that it was meant to happen and it was a part of your journey. So that's why I always say, like, things may happen in life, but you'll always look back and know like why. You'll always look back and be like, okay, that happened to me because of this. And it is like, good things and hard things. Anytime there's like something major, something crazy going on in my life, well, I use astrology every day, but especially when I'm experiencing a lot of major events or happy moments, sad moments, frustrating moments, I'm always looking at the astrology, and the astrology is always right. It's always on point. Never fails. So it's scary how real it is, but it is so real. And I one day do want to like take a class, or there's a such thing as going to astrology school, and I've been considering doing that for so long, and I may just really do it so I can be able to understand, because I couldn't really explain to you like in deep terms how astrology is real. I mean, I know I could, I guess, but it won't be, I don't know, like real astrologers are really like the best of the best astrologers are able to kind of give you a real deep explanation and to prove that astrology is real. And I can only tell you what I've learned or heard. But there's people who have been studying astrology for years and all the things. But the point is, just know it's real, and if you don't want to believe me, that's totally fine. There's like information out there and stuff like that. Maybe there's some videos I'll like link or something. So yeah, I said I literally look at astrology as having a cheat code to upgrading your life. But remember, like all things, you'll have to put in the work to access the gold. Nothing comes for free in this world, honey. Okay, without some work. Even if you have information on why certain things happen, or what your like destiny, or who you're meant to be, or what your career is meant to be like in this life, or whatever, you are not just gonna get it. I mean, like, you gotta work to that, obviously. And yes, astrology tells you about that too. Astrology tells you about everything that you can imagine in your life, what your career will look like, who your partner, like what qualities or what characteristics your partner will have. So much. It's so crazy. That's why I'm like, how are people not on this? Like, how is this not like blowing up popular? Okay, sorry, I keep going off script. In my script, the way I word things, it's just like you need to read it together for it to really, really pop. But I said, going back to it, I said, but remember, like all things, you still have to put in the work to access the gold, but astrology can lead you there. All right, I'm gonna take a break from doing my hair. I'm just kidding. I can't be taking a break. What am I talking about? Oh, this braiding, I'm already over it. Okay, it's okay. So like I said, for the past year and a half, I have been educating myself on real astrology, centered around learning how to read and understand my birth chart. I even considered becoming an astrologer myself, but I'm still learning, to be honest, so I don't think I'm quite there yet. But that's why I said in my first video that I would love to just read people's charts for fun right now. Okay, of course my camera died and I finished this side, so I'm gonna start on this side. But finishing up what I was saying so I can get into the meat the meat of this is basically I'm still learning myself. I'm still a student myself. So I essentially just want to take you through the journey of what it looks like for me to learn and understand my birth chart and how I use it in other astrology things like transits, which is another word that we'll have to talk about at another time. That's how you start to getting like predictions, astrology predictions and stuff like that, and how I use it every day to help me navigate throughout my life. Let me take you through my first steps of learning astrology. The basics of astrology, which is learning about the basics of your astrology chart. First things first, you will need to have access to your birth chart, of course. If you don't have your birth chart, you can easily get it by going to a site that I have linked in the description box below. It's free of charge. So once again, within that, to access your birth chart, to get it, it'll ask you what day you were born. What's your birthday? What's your time of birth? And what was your, where you were born. Those three things you will need for the most accurate chart. But if you, for some reason, don't have your birth certificate, or you are not able to access your birth time, which I really recommend you do if you can, because it just gives you much more detail and it goes more into depth about your astrology chart and who you are and stuff like that. But it's not like a end all be all, because you can still get the basic stuff. Or you can still get access to your birth chart. It just won't be as detailed, but it'll have a lot of the basics. So pause the video and pull up your birth chart, because you'll need to be looking at it throughout this video. Okay, now that you have your birth chart pulled up, congratulations, this is your first step to such a fun time. Okay, so now that you have your birth chart pulled up, you're probably gonna be looking at me like, girl, what the heck is this? You mean to tell me, how am I supposed to understand this? How is this going to tell me about my life? What is this? Because I thought the same thing, okay? I was like, what is this supposed to mean? What are these planets and numbers and all this pie looking chart? Yeah, I had a bunch of questions, but trust me, it's normal. And this is why a lot of people just hand their chart over to a professional or to an astrologer so they can make it make sense to them, because you have to learn how to read it. But that's why I'm just going to tell you the basics. I don't know if we're going to go into depth unless you guys really want me to, and there's a lot of people who already know about the birth chart. Maybe I'll do that, but it's going to be, I don't know, we'll see how everything goes. But I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to necessarily come off as a teacher. I want to kind of just come off as you're following me along the journey of me learning and what that looks like and how astrology plays out in my life. And I'll take you through like certain scenarios and certain things and stuff like that. But we'll see how everything goes. We'll see. I'm open to whatever direction that this podcast takes me. And one of the major things I noticed, one of the main things I noticed is the fact that there were multiple signs in my chart. I was like, why is there other signs in my chart? And I'm like, I'm an Aquarius, like what does this make, but something that if you don't know about real astrology, you wouldn't know that we are actually made up of all of the signs. Okay, we are made up of each sign. I know, mind blowing, right? Not really. A lot of people are probably just looking. See, I'm like an astrology nerd, so I'm like, I'm just so excited. I feel like most people are probably just like bored and like, okay, can you get to the point? If you're one of the people that are mind blown, it's okay. I felt that way too, but we're not gonna dive too deep into that. I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna move on because we need to move on to the juice of this. We need to get to the stuffs. Okay, I just wanted to make that known so you're not confused about seeing other signs in your birth chart, and just so you can remember and know we are made up of a combination of signs and planets that have a meaning, that have meanings. And I'll stop there for now. But now, do you realize why real astrology is not one sign? I hope you realize that now, or I hope it makes sense to you now a little bit. Maybe not, it's okay. But I'm gonna help you understand the basic things that you need to go by from now on whenever you think about your astrology sign, and that's your big three. Your big three are like the basic but powerful things that will explain who you are in a nutshell. Your big three is made up of 3 things that will be in your astrology chart, which are your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. All right, let's break these down so we can understand what these mean. I may have to set my brain for this because I'm gonna do my raid, but let me drink some water. Okay, let's start. All right, so let's start off with the sun sign, which is the thing that we all know, but let's get a better refresher. And let me explain to you what it really means within your astrology chart. Your sun sign, which is what most people know as your zodiac or astrology or astrological sign, represents your identity and where you will shine in your life. Some also like to say it represents your ego. For example, I'm an Aquarius. The identity of an Aquarius is creating things that help people in the world. Being innovative, creating something out of nothing, helping people by giving advice, mental stimulation, standing out from the crowd, lots of conversations. Aquariuses are the innovators, the communicators. They like to bounce ideas back and forth. They like to help. Their purpose in life is typically to make an impact on the world in a different way, to create something, to create a new lane or something different that will make an impact in the world. Typically to go against what is the norm to create change. So yeah, I will leave it at that. So can you tell that that's very much who I am? And if you're an Aquarius, you can probably relate too. You can relate to not wanting to be different, wanting to stand out of the crowd, and for a purpose, because we truly believe that that's how you create an impact in the world. And a lot of Aquariuses do. So that's just an Aquarius, okay? Everybody has their amazing qualities, but that's just who I am. And as I've learned more about astrology, I've been able to accept and understand, why am I like that? Why did I grow up, throughout my life and I always felt different, or like an outcast or an alien, I always like to call myself. And everything like that. Why do I live most of my life in my mind? All the things. So why do I like to talk so much? So the next thing is going to be your moon sign, and your moon sign represents your body and your emotions. And also, a lot of people like to say, or when I say people, I mean astrologers, and different astrologers are different, but also it can mean or represent the connection that you have to your mom, or like a very important, guardian in your life, or the most important guardian. So with that, obviously you just look up, your moon sign is obviously in the shape of a moon, or maybe you'll say it on your chart, and then you'll just look up where that is. Your moon sign is your connection to your body and your emotions. So that's going to be more internal. So whenever someone meets you, they're rarely ever going to see your moon sign unless it plays a significant role in your birth chart, which we're not going to go there because that's complex. But a lot of people don't get to see your moon sign. The only people that really gets to know what your moon sign is, your moon is like your heart. The only people that usually sees that are the people that you're the closest to, or you live with and stuff like that. Your family and all that, your partner, whatever. So my moon sign is in Aries, and this is probably gonna make a lot of sense to you guys. But Aries is typically, I didn't even say this, but Aries is a fire sign, and fire signs are very passionate. I feel like it's pretty obvious that I'm a very passionate person, especially when It's about, I'm speaking on the topic that I really truly believe. Like, I'm kind of just a little bit passionate, just a little bit. Yeah, so Aries are passionate. They speak their mind. They don't give up what other people think. And which is Aquarius thing. Aquarius is one too. So you're also gonna like understand I'm talking about each signs, but everything is gonna mesh together to come to you. So my Aries, so I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, so Aries moon are passionate, they speak their mind. They're excited to start new projects, but sometimes can like be so eager to start new things that they don't always finish them sometimes. And maybe I'm so guilty of that, because we like new things, we like new experiences, but sometimes we just react off of the feeling and the emotion that it's new, rather than realizing or thinking it through or making a full detailed plan. I had to learn that hard way. And that's why, I don't know, that could be a lot of the reason why I've always been maybe inconsistent, maybe, I don't know, or maybe not. I mean, there's a bunch of things that's in my chart as well. But I do get excited by new things. Aries moons are also very childlike at heart. Yeah, that makes sense for me too, because when I read that about myself, I was like, oh, that's why I feel like I've always had a deep connection to my inner child, and keeping my inner child alive, because I do feel like I'm a child at heart. Although I do feel like as I'm getting older, it is kind of changing a little bit. But I do feel like I am a big child at heart. I like to have fun. I don't ever want to be tied to my age, and that meaning that I can't do things in life. Obviously, even through my hairstyle and my styles, if I want to, you're not going to tell me I can't do something just because of my age. How limiting and lame and boring is that, what the freak? So that's some things. And the last thing is, and then after this, I'm going to have to do the rest of my hair because I haven't been doing anything. The last thing is going to be your rising sign. And your rising sign is how you view the world, how you perceive the world. Or you can look at it as your motivation for living life. And I'm using a lot of references from, I'll link a lot of the references that I'm using. So your rising sign may say rising in your birth chart, or it may say ascendant. A rising and ascendant is the same thing. So you can look at that, and ascendant is ASCENDANT, I think. something like that. Your rising sign is what people see first when they meet you. So for example, if you were first meeting me in real life, you'll probably be like, oh, she's definitely okay, well, I'll tell you mine's is a Pisces rising. I wonder if anybody's into astrology. Was that surprising to you? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you surprised by my big three? Does it make sense to you? I'm always intrigued by learning somebody that I know, and I'm like, oh my gosh. My favorite thing is guessing people's, especially now. I don't even care if I'm wrong, but I love the excitement. I'm always thinking when I meet somebody they're definitely a this moon, or they're definitely a this rising. Most of the time I keep it to myself, because obviously that's gonna be weird and creepy if you just blurting out what people because not everybody believes in astrology, let alone real astrology. But so my rising sign, if you were to view me, you'll probably think oh, this girl's a Pisces, or something around those lines. But when I open my mouth and you start talking and you get to know me and we're talking, then you'll start to see the Aquarius in me come out. And then if you're super, super close to me, then you get to see the Aries moon, which I show that here. I mean, I feel like I've shown you've definitely seen my moon sign, but I think we're close enough. I mean, hello, if you've been following me for all the 7, 8, whatever years I've been on social media, you guys definitely have seen my Aries moon for sure. Which is no, for real though. So when I learned about my Pisces rising, everything just made so much sense for me. So Pisces is a water sign. I didn't say this, but Aquarius is an air sign. That's why most Aquariuses live in their mind. They're very like active and up here. Fire, like I said, Aries is a fire sign, so they're more passionate and move with their heart, or like their drive and driven and how they feel, and they're ready to act on things and do things. Or they may be out there or loud or expressive and all that stuff like that. And Pisces is a water sign. Water is like more on the emotional side, more in tune with their feelings and their emotions. Maybe more deep, maybe what do you call it? What would you call it? Shoot. Maybe more of more empathic and everything like that. So Pisces is I love Pisces. I have some other, we'll get into one day, maybe I'll share more things in my chart if you guys are interested. But and this is as a reference, because I'm also curious, because I know usually like a lot of you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you guys were some of the things that I have in my chart. Because that's usually what happens. Like, you attract people who have similar things to you. And if it's not similar, then it's other signs that are compatible with your sign or signs within your chart. So it's always interesting to see. But anyways, yeah, so Pisces are like the dreamers of life. Hello, the name of this podcast. All right, listen, I used my astrology chart. This is not an accident. I kind of I knew that's I'm connected to that. So they're the dreamers in life. They are very creative, but like different creative than Aquarius. Aquariuses are more intellectually creative or like mentally creative. How do you describe it? They like to be different when it comes to just being out there with their creativity. I think Pisces is another creative sign, but they're more creative with the on an emotional level, if that makes sense. They're very much artsy people. They love music. They're into music, and you can just tell. I swear, all Pisces look the freaking same to me. They always you could just see they express themselves, which is why I love Pisces. They express themselves through how they look, so they're very much, a lot of Pisces have tattoos, Rihanna, Jhené Aiko, or they just have their clothes just look very flowy and I don't want to say goddess, not goddess, but they're the hippies or that type of indie. Well, Rihanna's not really like that, but Rihanna has different stuff. But if you're a Pisces, or you have even a Pisces Venus, which is for the people who know about astrology, the real people who know about Venus, your Venus sign represents how you love and your love language. But we'll get to that point, not today, but if you guys want me to talk more about it. But yeah, so they're very dreamy. They're very in tune with spirit. They're very much spiritual people, spirituality, or connected to a religion or God or just certain things like that. So I just very much align with my Pisces rising. They usually come off as nice and sweet and innocent and very much empathic and care about people. And sometimes we Pisces tend to they will put themselves before others. They will sacrifice. They're self-sacrificing. When I found out I was Pisces rising, it was funny because I made the connection that, so if you were to see me in person, I feel a lot of people who first time seeing me, my appearance wise, because Pisces rising can represent your appearance as well, how you look at first or how you come off. Pisces rising, I feel like, is like very like sweet and innocent looking, and I feel like that's why when people first see me, I may appear like sweet and innocent and everything like that, until you start to talk to me and you know that I'm like love to talk, love to bounce back conversations, and I'm kind of quirky and weird. You'll start seeing that side of me. But then when you get to really, really know me, you know that I just like to have fun, and I'm very expressive, and I'm impatient. That's another thing that are like moon sign. I mean, Aries moons are. They're very like, they can be very impatient, and they're just always eager and excited. So yeah, so that's the beauty of astrology, and that's why knowing your big three is just the like small part of who you are, but it tells you so much, and it's way better than just saying, hey, I'm an Aquarius, because that doesn't mean anything, you know. Like, you're an Aquarius with the Aries moon and a rising Pisces, and that is how those blend together and mix together. That's you, or at least that's how you like come off, or it's a start to understanding or being able to understand yourself. How can I help you connect to your dream, or become your dream girl? Well, first, knowing your sun sign will help you. It will help be a reminder, or bring some clarity as to like, where do you shine in life? You will be able to understand why you are like the way you are. Maybe if you're like, oh, I like so many things, or maybe if you just need some clarity on it, it will explain to you like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, oh, so maybe I should put more focus on that. Because, another thing is, and this is going to be such a long podcast. Another thing is, I was watching this Gary Vee episode, and he was saying how the problem with like motivational influencers or podcasts or videos, it can easily turn into like being delulu, okay? Being delusional. Because yes, you can be everything that you want in life, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be good at it. And that made me be like, yeah, that's a good point, There's, for instance, that's like me saying, knowing that I'm not good at it at all, that's like me saying I want to become a singer. I'm terrible at singing. I'm not good at singing, but I'm like, if I'm on this podcast and I'm like, oh, I want to become the dream girl or whatever. What am I saying? Oh, the girl of my dreams is a singer, and she, she's the best singer in the world, and she's so famous and blah, blah, blah. How, Sway? Nobody says that at all. Oh my gosh. But no, like, for real, be realistic. That's not giving realistic, okay? As the kiddies would say. It's not giving realistic. It's giving the Lulu. Like, I can't sing for the life of me. And even if I took singing lessons, I wasn't born with that gift. Like, so that's the thing. Your sun sign will show you and confirm to you where you shine in life. So if you feed off on that and you start to, most of the time you see it and you're like, that makes sense. For me, like I said, knowing that that's my purpose, like what I explained to you guys about Aquarius, I'm like, that makes perfect sense. So I need to hone in on that, creating change. And that's already within me, and I've always done that. And most of the time your sun sign, that's in you already. So you just have to like focus more on that and stay on that course and just connect to that. So then that can help you navigate through becoming the girl of your dreams. You kind of use your sun sign as like the filter of of how you live your life and stuff. Or how you living, or how you becoming that dream girl. So then obviously even your moon sign is helpful because it tells you about your feelings. And this is like, your moon sign can also tell you like I can't wait to dive into this, but your moon sign can tell you about the best way that you receive self-care. So like, what self-care technique is best for you according to your moon sign? That's going to be a podcast episode. So don't steal it. If I see anybody do that, I know you just follow that from my podcast. So don't even try it, because I'm coming for your neck. And that's my Aries moon talking. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to come out, but I will call you. I'm just kidding. But no, that is a video of mine. I do want to do like what self-care or what self-care routine or form of self-care is best for your moon sign. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's been out there already, but I think that's a good idea to do. So what's the best form of self-care for your moon sign? So it can help you understand like what does your body need to feel the best. So as you learn about your moon sign, then you can be like, you can look up, or I can help you, understand like what that looks like for you. So then you can start feeling good, or on days that you don't feel good, or you feel like you need to take care of yourself, because becoming the best girl, the dream girl is also taking care of yourself. Then you can use your moon sign to help you navigate through that. And then with your rising sign, that's kind of like you just know your direction in life and what motivates you and stuff like that. So you know what I mean? Like, this is just the freaking beginning, okay? Like, I'm not even getting into like the full good stuff, which is like the transits and the predicting type of things, but that's that. All right, I'm gonna do the 3 braids. Okay, and I'm back. I'm losing fuel here because I really do feel like this is probably gonna be my longest episode. I'm starting to get hungry, so we need to like wrap it up. But I also thought that, you can use astrology to help guide you along your journey, or you can use astrology to just confirm that you're on the right path. So say you already know, typically you're going to already have an idea in a sense of where you want to go if you're not already living it. But it's also cool to always like relate back or look back to the astrology to be like, oh yeah, that makes sense for me. Like, yeah, that's right. I'm on the right path, whatever. Because astrology doesn't ever lie, okay? Astrology is already if you don't believe this, one thing that I've learned through just spirituality and astrology is that, and even with, it depends on your religion, but I feel like your life is already mapped out. Whatever happens in your life, like, it was already mapped out by God. Even astrology, like, when your birth chart tells you about, that's your life. So there may be things that you don't resonate with your astrology chart currently because you may be too young, you haven't like made it to that point in your life. The astrology, yeah, just never lies. I just want to say that. Wow, you can't even see that. I did this really thinking that you could see it, so I am gonna have to add some. I wanted to do this because I thought it would be cute, but now I'm like, shoot, you can't even really see it that well. But I have a bunch of little like jewels and not jewels, but hair jewelry that I wanted to attach to these. So I'll have to do that. I'm really not feeling like doing this. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. This is a Friday night right now, and I'm not doing anything. But after this, I'm gonna watch a movie with my boyfriend and eat dinner, and that's it. So I am in like one of those moods where that's why I do like filming these videos on the days that I'm actually going somewhere and earlier in the day, because I have motivation to actually look cute. And today I'm just like, I just spent however long of these braids that I could barely even see. Which, it's fine. It'll look cute in the long run. But yeah, I'm like trying to keep the energy to keep going, even though I'm not gonna be going anywhere. But it doesn't matter, because it's about what I'm saying. I only like to get ready and look cute because I think that that's cool to watch. But I'm just being transparent. Like tonight, I'm just really like, bro, like I don't even want to finish this hairstyle, to be honest. Maybe I will though. Maybe I should instead of talking. Because if I continue talking, the more I continue talking and not doing my hair, the more I'm going to not want to finish. So let's do this. I'm going to finish getting ready, actually, because it's been long enough for me. I spent the majority of this episode just doing braids. I'm going to do my baby hairs. Am I refreshing my hair? I just have, I'm gonna put some jewels or some beads. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do, and then I'll come back, show you the hairstyle. Then I'm going to get dressed. I guess I'll dress cute. We'll see how I feel, and then we'll finish off. Okay? Because I need to hurry up. I have, what time is it? 6:57. I need to be done by 7:30. Well, 8 at the latest for sure. Okay. So let me go. I'll be back. Ta-da! Oh wow. This is cute. This is cuter than what I was going for tonight. Just know I did this for you guys, okay? Because I'm about to take this off. Or my man's is about to take it off. I'm just kidding. No. Ew. No, but maybe. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm just kidding. Also, my boyfriend's playing music downstairs because it is Friday night. It's turn up time. But I am deciding to finish this up with you guys. Also, it is, since it's nighttime and it's a Friday night, I thought it would be very fun to do something different for this podcast, at least for the end of it. And that's to kind of change up the mood. 1 second. All right. Let's try this one more time. Okay, so I want to give you guys a quick update on how everything's been for me this week. This week has been a flop. I'm going to be really honest with you. It's been a flop. Floppity flop, McFlop flop. Because things did not go as planned. My routine wasn't stable. I need to revise my routine. And I knew... I need to, I need to realize, I wrote down, I'm going to just read what I wrote. So to describe how my dream girl journey has been going as far as me creating a routine and sticking to it. I said, oh my gosh, the air just turned on, by the way, so if you hear that. And if you see things moving, that's because the air is going. I describe it as being rocky. I felt major resistance, which you're gonna feel in the moment because when you're trying to, change a new habit, of course you're gonna hit a lot of resistance to change. I said it was imperfect. I said I need to give myself grace. I said, I actually got a message today from an astrology app that I use. So I got a message saying that I need to don't let my self-doubt delay my progress. I was doubting myself, because I wasn't prepared, and this week didn't go as planned, and blah blah blah. But I had to realize that the start isn't gonna be perfect or pretty. It's not gonna be exactly how I thought. Everything's not gonna perfectly play out. I'm not gonna wake up and do my schedule, that's a part of change. It's the beginning parts. It's gonna be a little rocky. You're gonna have to, revise it, and it's okay. So that doesn't mean that you should just stop altogether, because that's what most people do, and that's why a lot of people aren't able to achieve the things that they want, because it doesn't turn out as seamless as they had pictured it in their head in the beginning. And then I said it takes time getting into flow, which I agree as well, especially into a new flow. And then I said, yeah, I did. And then lastly I said correct, revise as you go. So you guys didn't even see me post anything about it. I haven't really posted about my journey, my Dream Girl Journey series. And when you guys start seeing me post about it, that means I'm on it. Which will hopefully be next week. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna try again next week. I did film some clips this week, because I won't say that I didn't do the things that I said I wanted to do. I did go to sleep earlier this week. I did go to the gym. I did journal more. That's something that I actually really did. Oh my gosh, this skirt is making me, okay. I did journal more. So I did do a lot of the things, some of the things that I said. I guess I just didn't do it as consistently when I wanted it to. I did meditate and everything like that. So that's all the update I have for you. Next week I hope I have better news. Or yeah, next week I hope I have better news. And the series can, but I have to, it's natural. I just want to be transparent because I'm sure it's the same for you guys. With trying to create a new routine, you have to kind of find a balance and also give yourself grace and know that that it takes time to get into a flow. And as long as you tried and you did something, once again, it's about taking progress, is taking the little steps every day. And as long as you took that step and you did something, then that's better than nothing, So I just want to check in. I was going to do a collective energy, but every time I feel like doing that, I'm going to say today's the moon is a moon in Sagittarius, okay? The moon is in Sagittarius, and something about astrology is you can see where the collective energy is going to be different than your personal energy or your personal what's going on in your astrology chart. This is a whole nother thing, but just know that when you learn more about it, you will understand. But I'm just going to talk to you guys like I'm a professional here, and I've been studying. I know how to study the collective energy. It's not hard, there's sites that help you and stuff like that. There's a site that I go to every day to look up what's the chart or what's going on for the world, in the world type of thing. And and you can see what's the moon sign for this collective energy today, and how is that gonna clash or float beautifully, or how is that gonna clash or flow or mesh with your actual birth chart energy, or what's in your birth chart. So anyways, the moon today is in Sagittarius, so you may or may not want to do something different than your normal routine. You want to get out of routine. You kind of feel kind of spontaneous. You may be feeling like you want to expand your mind, learn something new, start a new project, go on a new adventure. You may just be craving something spontaneous, different than the norm. You may be attracted to foreign or just different things. So that's the energy of today, and you'll feel like that for probably the next couple of days. Maybe some people may, some people may not. So that mixed with also this is eclipse season, you're going to feel that. So if you feel kind of off in a certain way, just know that it's okay. The energy, that's the energy. You feel kind of unstable. Yeah, eclipse season talks about beginnings and endings. I was listening to a podcast episode about it, and the astrologer said you may feel a little glitchy or unstable in your energy. And I'm already starting to feel that right now, because tomorrow is, maybe I feel kind of chaotic. But okay, I need to go. So we're going to stop right there, okay? We're going to stop with that. Okay, we need to do the message of the day, Lord. Oh my goodness. Alright, talk about feeling chaotic. I feel very chaotic right now. Oh my gosh. I realized I was not talking into my microphone that whole time. Thank goodness I was recording on my camera microphone. So if the audio quality sounds different, sorry. I just didn't realize that I didn't have this microphone hooked up. Oh my freaking gosh. Talk about it. Okay. Anyway, so I've been all right, let's see what's going on, okay? Let's see what the message of the day. I'm already in shambles right now, so that's all I'm asking. It's just a guidance in a card, a message in a card. What's the energy of that everyone needs to know? What is the message that I could pass on to everyone? Oh my, okay, that was a lot. There's two things again. Okay, all right, two things we have here. Oh my gosh, I hope you can hear me well. All right. Oh, there's three again. Oh my gosh, okay. Wow, that's crazy. All right, the first thing is claim your boundaries. Claim your boundaries. We got pray again. Okay, pray. We got that last week, so we really need to be doing some praying, clearly. And the next one is talk shop. That's a different one. Okay, let's see. Let's see. So we know what pray means, so, you know, clearly we need to do more of that. Oh, thank goodness I brought my book. Okay. This thing. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm gonna have to... My whole thing is like system is breaking down here, so one quick sec. Okay, I hope you can hear me. We're gonna put this on a roll, get this party, because I need to go down with my boo, who's waiting on me right now. Have people been arguing with you lately or challenging you whenever you express an opinion? Yes. Are you being ignored or dismissed? Do you feel overly defensive at times? Are you suffering from a case of being too nice? If the answer is yes, don't worry. On an energetic level, your aura is simply too wide open, leaving you vulnerable to unwanted psychic influences. If you guys have been following me on my Instagram, you would understand that this aligns very well. It's time to claim your boundaries, strengthen your aura, and put the go away sign in your window. It's not mean or unkind, it's simply honest and healthy. Become more aware of your aura and your boundaries. Other people are aware of them and will take advantage if you let them. You're just an energetic pushover, and it's time for you to stop. This is your soul task to master, and it gets easier with practice. Practice saying no, go away, leave me in peace, both verbally and silently, and enjoy it. Your aura is your protective shield, and it grows as you gain self-respect. Breathe courage and confidence into your aura from within. Practice all day long. You'll soon feel the difference and love it. So if any of you guys need to put your boundaries up, you know, claim your boundaries, this is a message for you. Which I feel like aligns with the Libra season. But well, you know, anyways, let's move on to the last one, which is 17, this is interesting. Talk shop. That sounds interesting. I don't even know what this could even mean. You know that you're steady on your psychic legs when you can't wait to share wonderful psychic stories with your kindred spirits who also like to talk vibes. Don't let your ego get in the way and convince you to hide your vibes or stop you from sharing the positive experiences they bring. Your ego is acting out of fear and is trying to protect you from being hurt, such as being criticized by others for your vibes. But who cares? Your vibes take good care of you. Openly and joyously acknowledge this. It's time to review your vibes from the higher plateau of love and generosity. Notice how peaceful you become when trusting your vibes. And it's only natural to want to share your positive inner experiences with others. Sixth sensory people love to talk about their intuitive experiences and have a wonderful, colorful language that transmits the higher joy vibrations that are so enriching to the heart chakra. they use the words love a lot. And it's time for you to join in. When you share your experiences with 5 sensory people, however, don't try to convert them to 6 sensory living. Oh, okay. So when you share so 5 sensory, I guess, is people who don't have like that intuitive, ness, are not connected to that. When I share it, so when I'm sharing my intuitive or my 6 sensory experiences, don't like do it to try to convince people. Okay. Just let the world know you're comfortable trusting your vibes. You don't need approval from anyone. Your happy life is approval enough. I mean, I know you guys are like as shocked as I am, because I'm not really shocked at this point. I've realized that, when you ask for messages, you will receive them in different ways, okay? But these are the great things about using these cards, because they tap into your intuitiveness. They tap into what you know is best for yourself and God, in my experience. But people have different beliefs and everything like that. And I know that's controversial, but it makes sense. Anyways, we're not gonna get into that, okay? But I mean, you guys see that message was spot on. I know for me in my journey, this journey. So I'm sure there's other people out there that could really benefit from this. Comment of the day, Myron7823 said, "Thank you so much for this. I be needing a constant reminder." And she's posted that on my last video about the routine. So thank you, Marin. Thank you for that. And I'm so happy to hear that. I really appreciate you guys' comments. And I know it's a podcast and you forget, but whenever you do remember, make sure like your liking the video helps. Commenting helps in so many ways. And I just love seeing it. And I love being able to shout you guys out and everything like that. Question of the day. How are you feeling currently? With everything, with the energy going on, with the eclipse, which a lot of you guys probably don't really know, but I want to know how you feel, because I want to see something. I want to see how everyone's feeling collectively. I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of stuff happening in the world that, man, I'm not even going to begin to talk about right now, but we all know. So that is already something. But yeah, how are you just feeling? Let me know in the comments down below. And this was fun. This is a long date with both of us, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I learned a lot. I'm happy you're here, and I really hope you're enjoying our time together in this podcast. And I hope you are looking forward to what's to come. Okay, much love.